What's up guys, this is Zach with Top Deck Nation, coming at you today with another Pokemon TCG discussion. In this video, I'll be talking about a brand new card from Sun and Moon that will be released soon in Japan, and that is Oricorio. So far, we've already seen the Fire-type Ballet-style Oricorio, which looks like it should pair nicely with Fire types such as Incineroar GX. However, this new Oricorio will be the Sensu style and Psychic type in the TCG. Now, before I go too in depth with its main attack, I want to say that this card has a bit going for it already. 90 HP is already solid for a basic, especially one that is playable. It isn't quite the 130 HP range as say Geomancy Xerneas or Oblivion Wing Yveltal, but I think those cards are meant more so to get you set up, not as a tech that's main purpose is to hard counter certain matchups. Psychic typing isn't bad, as it can hit Mega Mewtwo for weakness with its second attack. Lastly, I love the fighting resistance because attackers like Zygarde will have to take a couple turns to actually get the KO despite the relatively low HP. But what makes Oricorio potentially amazing is the first attack, Ominous Dance. For a single colorless energy, which basically means Pokemon made this card to be splashable in practically any deck in both standard and expanded, you can place a damage counter on your opponent's Pokemon in any way you like, based on how many Pokemon are in their discard pile. So, for example, if your opponent has 10 Pokemon in the discard, that's 10 damage counters, or 100 damage total, meaning you can spread that 100 damage in whatever way you desire. Immediately, the two decks that come to mind that this will hard counter are Night March and Vespiquen. I will say that it's a shame that Pokemon didn't print this card earlier because it could have definitely impacted the metagame with its ability to set up multiple KOs and make many decks that normally struggle against Night March have even or possibly favorable matchups. As far as the math goes, a typical Night March player will want to have about 10 Pokemon in the discard, as that equates to 200 damage. Add a Fighting Fury Belt and that makes 210, enough to take down popular Megas like Mega Manectric and Mega Mewtwo Y, as well as basic EX attackers with Fighting Fury Belts such as Yveltal EX, without having to rely so much on perhaps the Achilles heel of the deck, which would be Joltik in its meager 30 HP. With 10 Pokemon in your opponent's discard, suddenly you can spread 100 damage for a single energy. Combined with Startling Megaphone to knock those Fighting Fury Belts, this should be enough to take out a Joltik and a Pumpkaboo easily, forcing your opponent to have something like a Buddy Buddy Rescue or similar card to recover them. This play is especially strong late game because an end to 1 or 2 combined with the double KO forces them in an awkward position of either getting more Night Marchers out or losing hard because you can then repeat the attack to KO things like Shaymin EX and Mew. Vespiquen is a similar scenario, only a bit better in my opinion. Vespiquen's B-Revenge attack isn't quite as powerful as Night March, as it only does 10 extra damage per Pokemon in the discard, not 20. So in order to take a KO on many popular EX Pokemon, it's going to need upwards of 18 to 20 Pokemon in the discard. Because of this, they'll either have to two-shot you at times or have to burn through resources if they want to get the KO. With 18 in their discard, you can spread 180 damage. This is enough to KO either 2 Vespiquen or a single Vespiquen and 2 Combee. More so, there are lots of other combinations you can do here because of other low HP Pokemon that often sit on the bench in the deck until needed, such as Unknown, which has 60 HP, and Klefki, which has 70 HP. Finally, another use could possibly be to help provide support for Mega Alakazam EX, a deck that is yet to see much competitive play, likely due to Garbodor Mega Mewtwo. Something you might want to do is play Parallel City in this deck, forcing your opponent to discard benched Pokemon. Oricorio can then spread damage around to your opponent's main attackers. And finally, Alakazam's ability, Kinesis, can further spread damage, allowing the Mega to take big KOs quickly. In Expanded, this could possibly be better simply because tool removal is abundant thanks to Startling Megaphone and Tool Scrapper. The standard format is another story though, as Garbodor has become rampant. However, that said, ability-based decks like Greninja and Volcanion are still considered top tier because they are still inherently powerful. To sum things up, I think the Psychic-type Oricorio has a lot of potential going forward and should help decks that normally struggled against Night March and Vespiquen decks to fare much better. I also think it'll open the door for a lot of creative decks that rely on damage spread, as many Psychic types normally do. It's also a good general finishing attacker if your opponent has several Pokemon in their discard towards the end of the game. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of this card, as well as your predictions for the other two Oricorio that are going to be revealed soon, which are going to be Electric and Psychic types as well. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more content. I'd really appreciate it. We'll be relaunching our website topdecknation.com later this month with tons of free Pokemon TCG content, so like us on Facebook at Top Deck Nation to stay updated. In the meantime, this has been Zach with Top Deck Nation, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks so much for watching.